Hello, guys, and we are live. I want to make sure that I have some audio before I get started. So I'm just going to wait for my monitor to pop in. Hello, how have you guys been? Yes, it's here. We have some audio. I'm excited. So, hello, beautiful souls, and welcome. Welcome back, you guys. It is Monday, you guys. I haven't seen you guys since Friday. Friday night, if y'all can remember, I was so extremely tired and I was just like, yeah, like I was just so freaking tired. But hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back, you guys. I had such a very great reset, relaxation, and restoration period. It actually lasted longer than I had originally planned, because God had to get me to see some things before I got back out here, before I got back, on the channel and just got back on, doing what I do best, you guys. I was literally missing every moment of this. And I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to get back on and talk to my people. Like, don't feel connected. Like, I need to get back on with my people. So here I am. I am back live tonight. You guys, I miss everything about being out and about and talking to people. I thought that that was a thing that was keeping me exhausted, but that is actually a thing that's been keeping me like inspired. I did not even think that for a second that me going out and talking to people, exuding energy, giving would be the thing that like kept me inspired to be more. And so I'm just ready to go back out and like talk with you guys. I miss talking with you guys and meeting new people. So I'm excited about getting back out there. But God has definitely called me to expansion, you guys. God has called me to expansion and has called me to like increase in growth. And so I'm excited about it. And so, as you can tell by the title, God is having me, excuse me, guys, God is having me share all the abundance that I am coming into in this season. So that way, when you go through your season of abundance, you know exactly. And then some people may actually be in their season of abundance, right? You know exactly what it is that you need to do to get prepared and to get prepared for your expansion. So, how to prepare yourself for expansion during your success journey, right? This is the topic that we have for tonight. But before we get started on the topic, I want to talk about in what way God is expanding me, right? Because if you are a subscriber to this channel before expansion, you know that the style in which I've been doing my lives has been, me more so coming on uh, teaching what it is that I know and alchemizing and transmuting what it is that we're going through in our communities to bring the solution to the surface. That's been the style. But God has called me to actually switch things up. And sorry, guys, to switch things up, meaning that it will now be a live coaching session, right? This live event will be now a live coaching event where we are talking about the things that are going on currently, right? And I'm not saying that the things that I'm, when I'm out talking to people that, those things that people may be going through currently doesn't matter, but we need to move into a phase of expansion where we are having an open discussion, right? That is where we need to move into, where this thing becomes an open discussion, where we're having a conversation back and forth. There's dialogue. People are being, blockages are being released. People are receiving clarity. Like this is the expansion that this channel is moving into, especially the live feature, right? Especially when I go live. When I'm going live, that is me opening up my channel that the guides that I'm connected to, right? And allowing those guides to come through and speak to you guys. So that is that is what the channel is moving into, I am asking the universe to provide me with the people who's ready to get their questions answered. So that is what my intentions that I have put out there. So when I do go out, the universe will be providing me with those people who are ready for guidance, who are ready for open discussion, who are ready to get their questions answered, and who are just ready for that next level and expansion of their life, and who's ready to talk about that, right? In an open discussion style. And this is a safe place, you guys. This is a safe place to come and talk about what it is that you need clarity from, blockages from. You don't have to share your personal life or business. But if you want to get some clarity, you guys, this is the channel. This will be the channel. Make no mistake about it. This is not called a YouTube channel for no reason, right? So this video will be featuring my my water jug because I didn't have time to chill any water, so I was just like, let me just drink the water that's in my jug. So let's get into it. Let's hop right into the message. How to prepare yourself for expansion. Oh, but also before I start, that is, you guys, if there's anything that I love the most, it is coaching, right? That is who I am. That's what speaks to me. That's what resonates with me. And so that is why you guys are seeing me expand more into that gift that I have, right? So if you guys are wondering, why is it that she's expanding? Why is she changing the way she's doing things? It's because God is, and we're going to talk about this. We're going to get into this today. God is granting me with new gifts, right? Is revealing new gifts that, that may have resonated within me already, but we're just bringing them up to the surface. So what exactly is expansion, right? What exactly is expansion? And you may hear a lot of other different law of attraction coaches and life coaches talk about this in this way, right? But let's break down what exactly is expansion and how you should prepare for it when you are going through your seasons of growth, right? Because that's what expansion is. Expansion is growth. So expansion is essentially God preparing you for increase, right? Expansion is God preparing you for increase. Okay. And also when God is requiring more out of you based on what you've asked for from the universe on a vibrational level, right? So how does this look, right? Because thank you for breaking that down for us, but like, what exactly does that mean? What does it mean that God is requiring more out of me based on what I've asked for from the universe on a vibrational level? So you move through your success journey in seasons, right? We talk about this all the time where I say, oh, I'm moving into a new season. I'm moving into a new season. Before you can be prepared to move into a new season, God will call you to expand, right? To make room for more of what you've been asking for on a vibrational level, right? So there's things that you've been calling into your life on a vibrational level from the universe, right? So you've been saying, this is what I want, universe. I've been putting this energy down. I'm focused on this. And so I'm ready for more, right? This is what you're essentially doing when you are putting down, dropping seeds and saying, this is what I want. And so there will be a time where the universe comes and provides you with that. And so before you can actually receive all of that, God will require you to expand, to make room for this thing, right? To make room for these manifestations to come through. So you cannot receive a manifestation until you hold space for it, right? You have to be able to hold space. So how do I know when expansion is happening for me, right? You're like, great, but what does that feel like? You may begin to experience some contrast or adversity that will call you in to seek the understanding from God. So for me, for an example, how did I know that I was going through a season of expansion, right? how did I know? What was the thing for me? So right before, I began to experience, to know that I was in a season of expansion, there was a lot of contrast I've experienced, and there was so much going on. I had a lot of things to overcome. There was adversity, and um, I could hear the direction from God. Like, I need more of your focus. I need more of your focus. I need you doing this. I need you doing that, this, that, this, that. And I was ignoring God, right? Because I wasn't picking up on the signs that God was giving me to tell me, hey, listen, there is something from the universe that is coming in, and I need you to make space. I need you to hold space for that. And it wasn't until I experienced that contrast that made me sit back and say, okay, what is it that I need to be doing, God? Right. And that's where I got that part from. That will call you in to seek understanding from God. Right. Because eventually you will come to a point where you're like, wait a second, what is all of this? Why is all of this stuff happening? Right. And so for me, that moment was me going to God and saying, what's going on? What is going on with all of the stuff that I'm experiencing? And God said, you are being called to do more. You are being called to do more for me. And so the way you make space for God is by being more dedicated and consistent to the things that you said that you wanted to do. Right. So if, if your season of expansion looks like you being more consistent with your eating habits, or you being more consistent with going to the gym, or you being more consistent with working on that project, then that's what your expansion will look like. You will be expanding more into what you've been asking the universe for on a vibrational level, right? So whatever that journey looks like for you, whatever it is that you're asking for specifically in your reality, you would have been asking the universe for it on a vibrational level. And so you will know what those things are that you need to expand into to make space for these new manifestations to come in, if that makes sense. Okay. So get excited about challenges you are facing, because God is about to provide you with the blueprint to take your life to the next level, right? So whenever you're going through an expansion, like I said, you will know. This is not, God, when God prepares you, this is not something that you are like, oh, this just came out of nowhere. The contrast may have felt like it's coming out of nowhere, but the contrast is there to serve you as a means for you to get focused on what it is that God is asking you to do in a moment, right? And so when I knew that I was going through a season of expansion, I was like, okay, so that means that I need to do this, 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 and this. I need to become more serious about that, and that, and that. And so when you notice that you're going through an expansion, the blueprint will reveal itself to get yourself to the next level. It will be all those things that you may have been procrastinating on. It will be all those things that you know will take you to the next level. It will be all those things that you've been thinking about, right? And we talk about how manifestations or desires has to be material first, right? It has to be energy first, consciousness. And so it will be things that you have been already thinking about that take you to the next level, right, of expansion. So it's just so it is you becoming more of that dream person that you wanted to become, that person you've used in your visualizing technique exercise, right? It is essentially just more of that person coming through. Hi, welcome in. It's pretty late, but I'm on here. Okay. I'm showing up for you guys. I'm so excited to be here tonight. So it's just more of that person that you have been calling in on a vibrational level, right? So those challenges are things that help you stay focused. You need to rise to the occasion, because that is you expanding. When you see those challenges, that is your job to say, okay, this is my opportunity to rise to the occasion. This is my opportunity for expansion. And so that's what I mean by, it's not something that you won't know. You're going to know what it is that you need to do in these moments, right? So what does this look like? It may look like you becoming more intentional about projects God has placed in your life. So again, like I said, you won't be blindsided or ambushed. There have been projects that you've been working on. If you are expanding and you are moving towards your dream reality, there would have already been projects that God had you in to expand further into, right? So God has expanded me into business. And so there are certain habits and certain projects that I must uh, focus on in order to expand inside of the opportunity, right? And so that looks like you expanding inside of these projects. It may look like you rebuilding or reconstructing a routine that makes room or serves the newness that God is placing in your life, right? So for me, what that looks like for me is because there is newness being called into my life, my routine has to be reconstructed, because in the old habit and lifestyle, old patterns, um, that routine no longer serves me because it doesn't invite in or have space for the newness that's coming into my life, right? So when you're asking for things on a vibrational level, you have to know that the expansive part is you reconstructing or rebuilding a routine that makes room for that. So if you at 1 o'clock every single day did X, Y, and Z, but now you have to make time for business, you're going to have to get rid of X, Y, Z and put business there if it's not essential, right? Because every single day we should be doing things that's most essential. Because if we can do what's most essential first, then God will take care of the rest. God will give us the energy to take care of the rest, right? But when we take care of what's most essential, then we feel accomplished. We feel like, okay, we got something done. And so now we can move on to other things that may need our attention. So this will be very important. Rebuilding or reconstructing a routine that makes room and serves the newness will be everything. Don't miss this one, because this one is very important, because that's something that I've been learning as I've been striving forward is, oh my gosh, I need to make space for the newness that's coming into my life, because my old routine and structure does not work for the new life that I'm manifesting in. Because if I'm going to the gym, if I'm running a business, if I am making client calls and this and that, the old schedule where I just kind of let my day flow and, got the kids, blah, 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 that's not going to work. Like, it needs to be some structure. So that's what expansion may look like for you. It may look like you giving more undivided attention to God, so that you ask that your next steps be revealed on how to execute in this new season, right? Because when you are moving into uncharted territory, right, there will be things that you don't know. Most of the things when you're stepping into that uncharted waters, right? Or places you've never been, opportunities you've never been in. You don't know many people that has been inside of these opportunities. You're going to have to ask for guidance. You're going to have to ask for guidance from God. You're going to have to say, I need you to reveal my steps. I need you to let me know what the next best thing is inside of this opportunity, inside of this new season of success, right? This new season of prosperity. You're going to have to ask for that. And that's going to require you to be close with God. You're going to have to start giving God your undivided attention, because you need to be at the feet of God, so close to God, right? That you are hearing your next steps. But if you distracted and you got other stuff going on and this and that, it's very hard for you to be on a success journey when you're distracted. So it's going to require you to be giving God some undivided attention. When you moving into this success season, this is what it will look like. Expansion will look like you spending way more time with God, so you can get these next steps, so you can execute. Because you want to move into your expansion. This is what you've been asking for. So you want to move into this new expansion, or otherwise you forfeit the manifestation, right? So God will provide you You are abundant. God will guide you every step of the way through your expansion. So when you are expanding, I'm not going to lie, it's so turbulent. It's like, you know how you like on a plane and y'all taking off and it's like that really crazy part where you just got off the ground, but like it's feeling real crazy. You're going straight up. And then it's like that for like maybe a minute or so. And then like you coasting when you get up there. That is what it feels like to move into a new season of your life, because that literally is what you're doing. Like they made planes in the likeness of God. Like I said, everything, every theory, every concept that's here is literally an example of God. So, and how we are in nature, right? So that's what I mean by turbulence. Like you're going to feel yourself moving through new altitudes because that is what you're doing. You are moving through new altitudes consciously. Your body, your body don't got to go nowhere. You are. Remember, whenever I say you, I'm speaking to the soul, the core frequency of who you are, your soul. I'm not talking about this avatar. So you are consciously moving through dimensions, right? And new altitudes, meaning you're going to new heights. And so you're going to feel that just as if you were on a plane. When you are on a plane, you're moving through altitude, right? So you're going to feel the turbulence. And so you need God for that direction. And for me, I was feeling that turbulence, like, oh my gosh, but I had to stay very close to God for God's direction. I still do, right? I haven't made it to that point where things are coasting, right? Where I don't feel like God don't need to hold my hand, where I don't need to be holding God's hand, right? Things are still only up and up, and I'm still experiencing that turbulence. So God will guide your every step of the way through your expansion, right? You're going to need that. Um, you're going to need that assistance. You're going to need that care. So God will give you confidence. One thing you got to know about source energy, right, is that source energy is abundant. And confidence is just energy to be yourself, right? Confidence is just you having enough energy to do what it is that you need to do. It don't have nothing to do with like ego and who you are and what you look like and all these other things. It's literally about how much energy do you have to do what it is that you need to do. When I'm out talking to you guys and I'm meeting new people, if I didn't have the energy to do that, I wouldn't have the confidence to do that, right? You have to have the energy to do the things you want to do. And how do you get the energy? By being connected to God, by staying connected to God, because God is the provider, right? What is God? We talked about this all the time, energy. And so if you are connected to God, you are connected to the energy that you need to have the confidence to go do what it is that you're trying to do, right? And whatever it is that you're trying to do, everybody's journey is going to look different. So whatever it is that you're trying to do, you're going to need to stay connected to God in order to get those to execute, right? So what should I expect during my expansion? What should I expect during my expansion? You should expect new gifts and talents being revealed, right? That's the first thing. You should expect new gifts and talents being revealed. And like I just told y'all, and that's why I said we were going to get into that. Me opening up my channel and allowing the ancestors to utilize me as a vessel and to move through me to speak to you guys and remove blockages and give clarity and all that stuff. That's a new talent that I've been granted, right? That's a new talent. That's a new gift that I'm able to utilize for you guys, right? So whatever it is that you're doing, you're going to be gifted new talents and abilities when you go through your new expansion. Remember, I told you guys, new containers come with new energy, right? So a new level of energy. It's like you are leveling up in your superpowers. That's what that is. So if you're expanding, you're moving to another container, you're going to get new superpowers, which will be gifts and talents, right? You'll start doing things you never thought was possible because of the God energy that is moving through you. Remember, I said that the energy that you need comes from source, comes from God. And so because you are moving through this expansion and because you are allowing more of God to come into your life, there is going to be a new energy moving through you. And so you'll start doing things that you never thought you could do before because of the level of expansion. When you expand, you're allowing more of the godlike energy to come into your life, right? That's what expansion is about, is allowing more of God to come be in an influence where you are. And so because of that God energy being present in your life, you will begin to do things that you never thought you could do. You will begin to do things that you never thought you could possibly do. Because the more God energy you have, the more confidence, like I said, you will have to do those type of things because you just got the energy moving through you. This, you guys, going after your dreams and going after success is all about the type of energy you have moving through you, right? It's all about energy. You are energy. Okay. And again, God will give you confidence. God will give you confidence. You only need the God like energy. You need to be you need to be exuding that God body, right? You know how they be like, yeah, God body energy. Like that's what you need to be doing. You need to have God in the flesh. God in the flesh. And the more of that energy you invite in, the greater, the better. Because like I said, you will begin to do things that you never thought was possible. You know how people be like, I was on my success journey and I just started doing things that I never thought was possible. That's because they had God. That's because they had God in their life, right? That is literally because they had God in their life. Y'all, this water is so good. Does anybody drink? Does anybody drink? What is this water called? Crystal Geyser. Crystal Geyser is the best water, and it's the cheapest water. Like you could go to Kroger's or anywhere and get a large gallon for like $1.76 or something like that. It is the best water. This is the water that's recommended by Dr. Sebi. It's the most alkaline water out there besides I forgot the name of the brand, but it costs $30. I'm like, I am not buying $30 water. Like, no. I am not buying $30 water. But I hope that this message brought you guys some clarity about your expansion, okay? About you going and moving through seasons of expansion. So I want to invite you guys. Yes, I have to re-invite you guys. God has put it on my heart to re-invite you guys to this 2-week live coaching event. This has not been a live coaching event, you guys, because nobody has came on and asked questions, right, about what it is that they may be going through or what it is they may be experiencing blockages about or a topic they need clarity on. So this event starts tomorrow. So when you come on the live tomorrow, that is what the atmosphere and that is the plan for it to be an open discussion, for it to be a place where people are coming to get what it is that they need a clarity about, right? And so when I move with those intentions, that's what I expect. When I move with those intentions to, ask the universe to provide me with the people who are ready to expand, who are ready. Because just because my expansion looks like this, that doesn't mean that people are not expanding in different seasons of their life and they need clarity on that. So everything God is doing in my life today is with so much intention, meaning that God is going to have me expand first. So that way, when I do go out and talk to people, they're ready to expand and I can help them through blockages, right? So everything God does is so intentional. so intentional. So I invite you guys out to this 14-day. This is the second part of my 30-day live event, right? God was just decided to be super creative and say, well, let's do a let's turn this up, let's expand this thing. And it was very hard moving into this to this space because I just felt like, dang, well, the people that I've called in so far have been people who have been used to me just kind of coming on talking to the video and that's it. But God has called me to expand, and so things have to look different. So I am super excited for this. This is my calling, guys. You guys will see me light up when we do this live coaching event because that's so me. That's so me being able to nurture and love and care on people in the moment. That's so me, and to just open up the channel to so many different people. It's going to be exciting. So I'm excited for this event. You guys are going to see a different side. I'm pretty much who I am, but like, as far as me coaching live and me being able to release blockages and stuff, that's very exciting. So if you guys have any questions, be sure to leave them below into the comment section. Even if you're watching the replay, I will definitely get back to you guys and answer as many questions as I can. But thank you guys for joining tonight. It was so good to see you guys again after my long break, after my long reset and expansion, right? So I will see you guys tomorrow for the live event. Bye. Have a good night.